Hey everybody, how's it going? Danny Soleil here, aka Travel Man Dan, aka Reading Man Dan. Hope you're having a good day today, and welcome to day 15 of my 75 hard journey. Wow, 15 days. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I guess probably maybe you may have thought I would have quit by now or tapped out, but I'm going strong. It's 15 days. I still feel like I haven't really accomplished anything, but the habits, the tasks, everything is starting to lock in, kick in, start to drive me. It's a day-to-day thing. It's the little things. It's everything that the book and podcast and what people have been saying it is. So happy to be here, day 15. I'm making videos here each and every day throughout my journey so that, one, I can look back on it and kind of say, hey, Daddy, good job, proud of that. I want to keep myself fresh on YouTube as I transfer over and get ready to start doing some other Travel Man Dan, Food Friday, and Reading Man Dan stuff. But most importantly, I'm here to go ahead and document my journey so that in hopes maybe I can inspire one single person to go ahead and give it a try. Who that might be, I don't know. Let's wait and see. But I am going to continue to make videos. I'm going to continue to go ahead and document my story through this challenge. And, well, maybe you can kind of watch it, feel entertained, and be inspired. But today's video, I want to talk about my why I'm actually doing it. The thing I just told you about why I was doing it, why I'm doing YouTube. But this is the actual why I'm doing the 75 hard challenge. I feel like, for me personally, if you knew me really well, you know I'm always up for a good challenge. I'm always, into that quest, if you will. I'm always, trying to better myself in all areas. And listen, before I really get into this, I don't want to, get into this whole diatribe about me and this, it may come off as a narcissistic. I'm documenting this so maybe that you can see it and maybe you can identify with it, right? That you can go, yeah, you know what? I kind of feel that same way, because when I listened to Andy Frisella's podcast, that's what happened to me. I was listening to his story and I was identifying to the things that he was saying and kind of making it relative to me and what I had been thinking about and what I wanted to do in my life. So, please, if you're watching this, I know it's a talking head video. I'm here, just telling you about my journey. It's not a narcissistic thing. It's a thing that maybe you can go ahead and listen to and compute into your lifestyle and kind of say, oh, wow, that's very similar. So that's why I'm talking about my why. Why am I even doing this? Why am I putting myself through 75 hard days of all these tasks and staying diligent? And, what is the outcome? Because you're not getting any money from this, and so that's where a lot of people probably tap out. I bet you if the 75 hard had a completion, a prize like money or a trip or something, of materialistic value, I'll say, I bet you a lot of people would probably get through it a lot more than tap out. But that's the thing I like about it, is that there isn't anything. It's very inside of you, if you will. So I come down to the conclusion before I started that I was going to go ahead and I was going to write down my 75 hard why. And I think this is really important because you can carry it with you. I keep it in my backpack if I ever have to remind myself. It's something that I'll glance over as I'm, feeling the tough days. I mean, I don't feel like I've had any incredibly hard days. Yesterday was kind of hard because I was on the road. I couldn't drink the water. I had to get the workout in later. The hard days are still yet to come. But the food thing is becoming harder because of the preparation and because of the, just the amount of calories I'm taking in day and day out. I'm getting kind of tired of that. I'm missing kind of things like beer and sugar and but look, I wrote them down. I basically printed it out and I made like a sheet that I always go back to. This might be something that you want to do. I suggest this. And look, even if you're not doing the 75 hard challenge, I also have like a goals sheet and things that I follow along that I always look at and glance at, kind of go through, kind of help guide me through what I thought about I wanted to do and to pursue it. So, I just wrote it down here. This is my 75 why, and Let me just go ahead and read it to you just like I would a quote on the beer channel. And I'll go ahead and explain it, and maybe you'll find some value and entertainment in this video. So my 75 hard challenge, why, is to build disciplinary habits that will better my lifestyle by changing myself to build, improve, and focus on all areas of my life. You know, I know that can seem kind of hallmarkish and heady, but this is when I want to break it down. The first part is to build disciplinary habits, right? I'm a pretty disciplined person, right? If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to figure out a formula. I'm going to figure out a plan. But you can always get better with that, okay? You can always build upon those disciplinary habits. There's also a lot of things that I just say fuck off, and these are the little things, and I'll get to them later, and that's when procrastination comes in. So by building disciplinary habits, I feel like you go ahead and you build them through this challenge, and then whatever's going on in your lifestyle. Okay, and I said habits that will better my lifestyle. You take whatever's going on in your lifestyle, and you take those habits away after 75 days, or maybe you continue them, but you plug in your lifestyle little habits, and you find yourself getting through them, completing them. So that's why I'm doing this challenge, is to do that stuff, to take the stuff that's hard for me to take care of day in and day out. Okay, I'm only human. There are things that are difficult for me. Everybody has some type of procrastination going on in their lives. So to build disciplinary habits through the challenge, I'll just plug in all the other stuff. Hopefully it works out. I'll let you know as I continue to stay here on YouTube and throughout my acting career. But it's by challenging myself to build, improve, and focus on all areas of my life. I mean, look at it. You got all the tasks. You're building that. You're getting better at it. Okay. You're improving it. Okay. You're sitting down and you're reading book, and you're improving your mind. You're improving your intelligence, and you're focused, right? You're really focused on, I can't do this. I have to do that. Okay. Listen, hey Nate, I would really love to, but I just can't. I can't do that right now. I have to do this, okay? So you start to build these disciplinary habits, and all of a sudden, then you start building your life. You start building ways to improve and focus the things in your life. So that is my why. One more time, to build disciplinary habits that will better my lifestyle by challenging myself to build, improve, and focus on all areas of my life. I'm talking about all of it. We're doing things like drinking water and eating a clean diet, and reading book, working out, but I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about physical, emotional, or sometimes, more oftentimes it's called mental, spiritual, all aspects of your life, right? Getting better at it. And why not, okay? You can always, how do I say this? And I think I've talked about this before. You can always get discipline, okay? Discipline is just practice, hard work, and doing that, and it computes and it is relative to anything that you're doing in life, okay? If you want to be a doctor and you want to become a doctor and pass the exam, you have to be disciplined to study. Same thing with a lawyer, same thing with say a dentist or an optometrist, some type of person in a medical field. You have to be disciplined. You can't go out all the time. You have to stay home and study, right? Same thing with being an artist. You have to kind of stay focused and disciplined and really go after the things that you're trying to create, okay? The disciplinary things of family life, right? I'm sure it takes a lot of discipline. I don't know, I don't have any children, but to go ahead and raise a good family, right? You have to set the habits and continue those day in, day out, so that not only you don't, your family doesn't come unraveled, but you pass those traits on to people. And let me tell you something. I don't know this for sure, but people are watching. People are watching you. When you start to go ahead and stay disciplined with your habits and put them in your life, people start to notice. Now, whether or not they say anything to you, that's up to them. It's none of your damn business. that's maybe they don't like that. Oftentimes, the people that you think love the most, or you were closest to, maybe there's some form of jealousy, but they're watching. And then there's other people out there that watch you doing all your disciplinary things, and they are over the moon for you, to the fact that they're saying like, hey, I'm very inspired by Danny doing all these tasks. And I'm not just talking about the 75 hard challenge. I'm talking about disciplinary habits and tasks that you do every day, regardless of what it is. I did want to go through each little task because I did make little reminders to myself why I'm doing those. So maybe, here's the thing, you're going to feel throughout this 75 days like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I even doing this? So go back to your original why. My suggestion only, okay? Go back to your original why, type it, write it out, have it put it in your wallet, do something, but also break down each individual task so you can go back and say to yourself, like, why am I even doing this? Like, this is ridiculous. I feel stupid. Nobody else is doing it. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of people doing it, but like nobody in my circle is doing it, or this kind of thing. So I want to break it down. Drinking water has incredible benefits, okay, to your health, and one of the things that goes kind of I don't want to say untouched, or it just kind of, it's under the rug, if you will, under the radar, is mental fatigue, right? Staying hydrated continues to go ahead and get things moving in your body, and the water aspect of it is so important, right? It is the most important. I can already feel that within 15 days I've been doing it, drinking a gallon of water. I can feel just more hydrated, okay? Less tired. The mental fatigue isn't there. I'm not strung out on coffee. I drink 4 or 5 coffees, a couple of beers. That can't be good for you, right? So water is an unbelievable thing. Might be mental fatigue is real and might be caused by dehydration. Plus, we all know I'm coming off of surgery. If you've been watching any of these videos, I needed to go ahead and flush all the painkillers out of my kidneys, liver, all the organs and stuff. I was on painkillers for not too long, but a good 2 weeks. I didn't take them as much as you should. I only took them, I think, twice a day. But it's in your body, right? So drinking a gallon of water for me is flushing that shit out, and it doesn't flush out probably medically. I don't know. It's probably already flushed out if I'm drinking gallons of water, but I want to make sure it. So that's one of the reasons that I really, go back to my why for drinking water, is to go ahead and get my internal organs clean. Okay. All right. Number 2, follow a diet. I've always said I could do it, right? Now it's time to put the rubber to the road. Okay. I want to see if I can do it. I want to test myself. In middle age, I want to see if this is something I could do, because it's not easy, right? And I watch a lot of athletes. I watch a lot of boxing and mixed martial artists and things like that. I'm not too into the bodybuilding, but I definitely know about it and grew up around it. But those guys that do all those dieting and like hardcore for athletics, that shit is friggin' hard, man. It's really hard. A lot of people think they can do it, especially coming off the diet that I'm on the seafood diet, like I see it and I eat it. You know what I mean? Like I definitely, if you've ever seen any of my Food Friday videos, don't hold back on eating. I mean, hot dogs, pizza, donuts, you name it, roast beef, raviolis, anything that's fried, sure, bring it on. So I wanted to see if I could really get through this, okay? I really think I can do it. I want to see if I can do it, and I want to see what happens. Also too, I wanted to do this for a while coming off my surgery. My body needs to be running at optimal health, right? It just needs to be. It's also time to put down some bad habits, like overeating, right? I probably would sit down and eat, 1,500 calories per meal, 2-3 times a day, right? Now I'm down to 1,500 calories total. So overeating has always been something that, it's uncontrollable. If I didn't exercise, I'd probably be obese. Definitely excess sugar, right? getting up there in age. You got to be careful with type 2 diabetes. I certainly don't want that, and but I love sugar. So now it's one of those things where I look forward to, and I go back to the sheets of my why. Like, a good thing you're stopping this. It'll be there later. It'll be there later. It'll be there later. You can treat yourself. You can stay on this routine. It's one of those habits that I continually that I want to continue after the 75 hard challenge. Is, not going to be as locked in on the diet, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and keep things eating super clean. And so then when I do want to go ahead and have a giant slab of German chocolate cake and a cup of coffee with extra sugar, I can do it, right? Once a week, once a month, something like that. There's no need to go bananas 3-4 times a day, or 3-4 times a week eating candies, cakes, whatever. Culturally, I love different cultures and countries' desserts, so I'm up for trying anything. So I definitely go back to that. That's another thing. And beer, okay? Beer, it's an important thing that I slow down. The beer show was awesome. Absolutely loved it. Gonna bring it back. I came to an epiphany that it will be back at some point. I don't know what capacity. I don't know, if it's just gonna be just one beer. I don't know where it'll be, but I'm bringing it back. But for right now, I just, I needed to stop and slow down. So all of that put together, I wanted to see what type of integrity I have. If I say I'm going to do it, will I be able to do it? Because it's one thing to go ahead and say that you can do it, but then you're cheating, and nobody's going to know. Nobody knows if I'm eating cakes here and I have a giant slab of cupcakes, and nobody knows that. But for me, integrity is a huge deal. I need to continue doing what I say I'm going to do, and that's following that program. Number 3 for the tasks is read. I want to soak up as much knowledge and positive thoughts as I can. Okay, living as a full thinker, a free thinker, if you will. We're so inundated with our phones and scrolling, and I love you guys as an audience. I absolutely do. It means everything to me. Okay, but there's a lot of stuff out there, and me myself are included, that I got no business watching, looking at. Whatever way it affects you, it does affect you. I don't know what that is, but I know how it affects me, and I feel like, what? Why am I even reading these books about being positive and self-help and how to get better? I'm trying to soak up as much knowledge as possible. And there's a weird disciplinary mini habit in there to sit down and go ahead and read 10 pages a day. Isn't easy, right? It's not easy. But I'm reading Mandan, so it should be no problem. But I'm loving the knowledge off it. So yeah, that one's a fun one. Number 4, to take the pictures. I want to see subtle change in transportation that I went through after working hard. I just want to see it. Like I told you before in one of the earlier videos, I love those transformation videos. I want to see what happens to me, okay? I want to see what happens to my body by looking at it. Now, I don't mean that in a very vain way. I just want to see how all these tasks put together, especially the dieting and the 2 workouts a day, what that looks like for me, okay? So go back to that. I got to find out with it, what it is. And number 5, working out. I wanted to see if I still got what it takes, okay? I wanted to see if I could push through with the injury, okay, on crutches, and I get my strength and happiness back from exercise. I love exercise, guys. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a big jock. Baseball, football, and you name it in between. I definitely love sports and exercise. I wanted to see if I can push through it, right? I wanted to see if I have the discipline, right? Because I'm never getting my athletic ability back, especially after this injury and, just age and stuff like that. But what you can get back is your discipline. Enough discipline to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. After work, to go for a walk. Let your all the worries and all the shit going on in your head just disappear as you're going through exercise, or making your Saturday morning a hike, or finding somewhere cool to go and exercise. Do you have what it takes? Because I don't know. I'm here to find out. It's been 15 days. I already got one workout in today. I'll be doing the second one soon. So yeah, I'm cruising along with it. I just can't wait to get off the crutches and get moving for real. I might even have to do another 75 hard just to see the overall health and transformation I can do when my body's running at full power. But anyway, nonetheless, all right, going back to all this kind of stuff, another thing for me that's really important for the 75 hard is I want to be part of the conversation. I want to be part of the other side, right? There's a lot of things out there that I haven't done, and so talking about it, yeah, I can explore it through things that I watch, listen, talk to people firsthand, but I never actually did some of these things, so it's very hard for me to understand. After I'm done with this challenge, I'll be on the other side. I'll be part of that group, and that's very important to me. That's very important that I get there because I want to be part of that conversation. I want to be able to say, no, well, this is the easy part. This is the phase that's going to hurt you the most. This is what I did. This kind of thing. I love that kind of stuff. It's an analytical approach after you've actually experienced it, and it's important to me. So overall, I think, this goes back to my mantra, the thing I always say, the thing that, if you've ever watched the Beer Show or any one of my videos or whatever, I'm big about this, having a positive, optimistic attitude. And that's, my mantra, and it's believe in yourself, okay? Believe you can do it. Work hard at it. Whatever that is, just continue to work hard at it. And don't give up. Keep going, keep continuing. You may get knocked down, get back up. You may get, turned the wrong way, get back on the road, right? Just keep going. So that's really important to me. That's kind of all together. This is my why video. I'm going to come back to this in day 40, in day 75, 10 years from now and be happy about it because, I got it written down here, typed out right here, but it's always fun to kind of explain everything. And I'd love to hear your why. If you've ever done the challenge before, let me know your why. If you're doing the challenge, let me know your why down in the comments below. I love to engage and talk about this kind of stuff. So thank you so much. Absolutely really thrilled that you guys stopped by. Appreciate you watching. I'll get to all the comments. I'm sorry if I don't get to them as fast as possible, but I definitely will. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Soleil, aka Travel Man Dan, aka Reading Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it.